What's up, you guys? Zoeb here from OneGlanceTrader.com, and in this video I'll be walking you guys through how you can identify some of the best Forex pairs to trade. Now, when it comes to Forex trading, for me personally, I am currency pair agnostic. I don't care if I'm trading the Euro USD or GBP JPY, it does not matter for me. What I prefer to do is scan the market and to find those pairs that have the best possible opportunity for me to profit on. So we'll be going through all of that in this video. All I ask for in return is that you like this video and please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting weekly content about indicators, trading strategies, EAs, and everything else in between. So make sure that you subscribe and check out my other videos. So what I've got in front of me at the moment on the screen, I've got the OGT Trend Dashboard, and for those of you who are new, it's an absolutely free indicator. You can get that. Links or everything are all in the description below. And what this indicator does, it gives you a scan of the market, well, of the currency pair market, very customizable across all time frames, whether or not a currency pair is downtrending, uptrending, or ranging. And again, all the links for those are in the description and all the tutorial videos. Now, what I've got on my screen now is I've got quite a few currency pairs, and I'm only showing the 4-hour, daily, and weekly. And the reason why I've got those three time frames is that I'm going with the assumption that a lot of the people on my channel have day jobs and are looking for trading strategies or opportunities to trade on higher time frames. You can take this concept that I'm going to share and apply it as well for lower time frames if you're more of a day trader or kind of a swing trader on kind of lower time frames. So what I've got, just so you know, is I've got the trend dashboard and the settings I've got. Again, you can pause the video and kind of copy these down if you want. Like I said, I've got the H4 daily and weekly on. I'm using a fast of 10 period moving average, medium is 20, and slow is 30 on an exponential. And I believe that's it from how it looks. So this is the kind of output that it kind of spits out at the moment, and it may take a bit of time for the boxes to kind of load colors because there are a number of currency pairs currently active in here. And what we're looking for firstly is, as you guys know, I'm majority of a trend trader, so I want to go in the direction of the trend. And what I'm looking for, and I've spoken about this a lot on my channel, is a sea of red or a sea of green, because ultimately I want to take, I don't know, these 15 currency pairs or 20 currency pairs we got on the screen and kind of narrow those down into 2 or 3 currency pairs to kind of look at. And this indicator allows me to do that, and it saves me so much time when I'm doing my analysis for currency pairs. So what's really neat is what you can also do on the trend dashboard is it's got this cool little feature which allows you to select all time frames trending. And what that basically means is for the time frames you selected, so in our case the H4, the daily, and the weekly, if we set this to true, it will only show the currency pairs that we have selected that are either trending up or trending down, so green and red effectively. So if I select that, what you can see now, that has left us with now 6 currency pairs. So in a matter of seconds, I've now narrowed down to the quote unquote best currency pairs to kind of trade to these 6. And then what we'll then do is go and look at those charts and see what the H4 daily and weekly are looking like to go find opportunities to whether set alerts or to actually get into a trade. So I've kind of analyzed all these charts, and the two I want to walk you guys through is the Eurocad, which is currently trending downwards on these 3 time frames, and the Aussie dollar and the New Zealand dollar, which is trending up on these time frames. So if we open up now the Eurocad, which I've got on my screen now, and I'm on the daily chart, and just to quickly explain the indicators that I've got on my screen, I've got the MACD linear weighted moving average, which again you can get the download. The link is inside the description to kind of download that from the members area. We've got the standard Bollinger Bands. We've got the 200 EMA, which is signified by this dark red, and then we've got the Guppy moving averages. Again, I'll link to that video down below, the long-term moving averages for the Guppy, to kind of signify this kind of strength of the kind of trend. So, and as you can see from the dashboard, it's kind of signified that the daily is trending downwards, and you can kind of see that now. Volatility is increasing with the bands expanding apart, which is good to see. Now, as what I'm going to probably do is just take a little snippet of this so I can quickly just draw on this bit here. And out of all the pairs that the trend dashboard came in, the reason why I like this particular one, because it's, you know, starting to form lower lows, high lows, lower lows, lower highs, effectively. So we're starting to get into a nice little pattern, and now it's now printed these two dojis here, which are indecision candles, candlestick patterns on what price wants to do. Does it want to reverse back up, or does it want to continue going down? So we're kind of at this stage now where price is starting to consolidate, and deciding on what to do. Now this gives us a potential opportunity here to find a good entry point to potentially go short into the market. So again, as we know that the H4, the daily and the weekly are all trending down, which is where we want to be. So if I go down to the H4 chart, what you'll see over here is, as you can see, when the Bollinger Bands expand, and then they contract when volatility goes down. So we've got the down, swing back up, swing back down, and then back up again. And what we've got here is, you'll see, we have now got price touching the upper Bollinger Band. It hasn't done that since the back of beginning of March, late February, especially when you've also had the 200 EMA touch as well. And what you're starting to see here with these blue EMAs is that you're starting to see them fan out. When these EMAs fan out, it means that the trend is getting stronger, which is in our case is all giving us the good signals that price potentially will also want to continue going down. What I also like about this as well is that we've also got hidden bearish divergence. So for those of you who are familiar with divergence, again, I've got links to all about divergence inside the description. Is where price is making lower highs and an oscillator, in this case the MACD, is starting to make higher highs. So there's a disagreement between price and the oscillator. So if we have a look, if I put a line over here, you'll see now that price now is now, I'm not price, sorry, the MACD is above this high. Now, for me, the bit I'm really interested in at the moment is if this, if the MACD then crosses downwards, then we'll have the confirmation of bearish hidden divergence, which again is a signal for us then that price potentially, or more than likely, will continue going short. So for me, at this stage over here, what I also do, if you guys have watched my Bollinger Bands trading strategy as well, what we're looking for is price to be below the 200 EMA. And if it's below the 200 EMA, and the Guppy long-term moving averages are all still aligned and not tangled up, what we're looking for is for price to touch the upper Bollinger Band and to close over the middle Bollinger Band, the middle band, which is the 20-period moving average, for a potential short entry. So at this stage, we are in a waiting game. So we are in a situation where we're waiting for either the MACD to cross back down over, and for price to close below the mid-band Bollinger Band or the 20-period moving average. And that there will give us our entry signal to go short on the Eurocad using the H4 chart as our example. So just to recap all of that, we are looking to go short on the Eurocad because at the moment the lowest time frame list, the H4, the daily and the weekly are all down. And if we look at the daily chart, we have seen a big impulse move down, and now we've got two dojis on the daily chart, which is showing us a bit of exhaustion, a bit of a pause, a bit of indecision inside the market. So if you go down to the H4, we have now seen that prices below the 200 EMA, the Guppy moving averages are starting to fan out and to determine the strength of this trend. So what we're looking for now is a confirmation signal to get in short, either by a crossover of the MACD to give us bearish hidden divergence, or for a close on the midpoint, which is the 20-period moving average over here. And that then will give us an element there. So you can just see in the matter of, I don't know, 5 minutes or so, that we have managed now to identify a pair that we can potentially go short on. So what I would do now, because MT4 isn't the best in terms of doing trading signals, I would go across to Trading View and set an alert for when price closes below the 20-period moving average. So I've just got a 20-period moving average on here, and if you select the three dots and add an alert, go to condition is the Eurocad crossing down the M8 20 period, so we want it crossing down only once. Notify me on the app, which is what I use, and hit create. So now my analysis is done. I now can go on and do whatever I want to do, and then when I get the alert on my phone, I will then come back to the chart to see where we're at, and then I'll do a bit more analysis in terms of stop loss, take profits, and all that kind of good stuff, and try to get the reward to risk of a minimum of a 1-to-1 while placing this trade. So I hope that was kind of clear for you. And again, pause the video or drop me a question inside the comments, and then I can help you out there with that analysis. So the next one, as we saw on the trend dashboard, I want to walk you guys through is the Australian New Zealand dollar. Now this one again is trending up. The H4, the daily and the weekly are all trending up. So if we go to the daily chart on here, and just to explain a couple of, there's two more indicators on this particular chart. The first one is the OGT round numbers indicator, which are basically horizontal lines at what I call natural support and resistance level at the 150 levels. And then the second one is the OGT pivots indicator, which then plots pivot points, and these are weekly, sorry, pivot points that we've got on the chart now. Actually, these are monthly pivot points. Apologies, that we've got on the screen now, just to give us some visualization on are we near a potential pivot or not. And when I was analyzing this chart earlier, I saw this ascending triangle pattern forming, which you can see here. We've got 1, 2, and nearly 3 kind of touches over here. Just missed this kind of touch, but over here going upwards. And we've also got a 1 touch, 2 touch, and now 3 touches, or potentially 4 touches even, at this, and conveniently enough at a 100 level, round number level. So you can easily see, or quite comfortably see, of how these round number levels act as support and resistance levels a number of times. This top here was at a round number level, and this low over here was at a round number level. So you can kind of see how these round number levels are really respected as part of as part of the kind of pair itself and the way that dynamically it moves. So this is a bullish pattern. So, and again, all three time frames are trending up. So what we're looking at is potentially getting into this currency pair when it is gives us the opportunity of it kind of breaking out. So what we can potentially see here, if I just take a quick snippet of this, kind of what we're looking for with this type of pattern is we look at price going up, down, down, up, and then kind of down and then up again. That's kind of what we're looking for. It could continue to go down a little bit and do this and then go up, or it could even potentially even go down. But majority of the time when we see this pattern, in terms of percentage odds, more than likely it's going up. And because those three time frames that we talked about are up, our bias on this pair is to go up. So what I'm currently looking for at the moment, because price has not passed any of these, well, this particular round number level, I'm only interested in this pair is when price gets to this level. And until it gets that level, I'm then looking for some confirmation that price bullishly breaks out to the upside, and then that's when I'll look to get enter into this trade with this kind of round number level as my kind of stop, and then looking probably for this next level over here for a kind of a one-to-one kind of trade. So that's what I'm kind of looking for with this particular setup. So what I would do here, again, I would head over to TradingView, and I've kind of drawn this as best as I can over here. And what you'll see as well, because this is a different broker, it looks slightly different in terms of how it's laid out, but it's there kind of showing this is the level and then this is the ascending bit. And then I'll get it close enough as I can, click on there, add an alert, and there I've set an alert for when price now gets to that level. I'll then come back to the chart and look at lower time frames and do a bit more analysis on when's the best entry price to kind of get in. So again, I really hope that has provided you with some useful insights into not only how quickly you can identify pairs that are potentially available to trade, but some thought into once you've identified those pairs, it's about patience and waiting for the opportunity to come to you instead of kind of chasing the opportunity just because you see a currency pair trending up or trending down that you need to get in. You need to get in at the right points and at the right time. So I've gone through a number of concepts here. What I've got is I've got my divergence playlist, because again, a lot of you like that kind of divergence, and it's a really powerful tool. And I've also got my OGT round numbers indicator tutorial as well. All the indicators are free that I mentioned, links inside the description. Please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and I shall see you guys next time.